Hey, it's Annie and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about eyeliners. I'm going to talk about all my eyeliners, what I recommend, if there's any that don't transfer. We're going to talk about all of it in this video. Now, I have used a lot of different eyeliners over the years, and I will keep and continue to test them out. But there are some that I really like. There's one that I got recently. And let me look at my eyes because I'm wearing it today. Yeah. There's one that I got recently that I want to talk about today too. Kind of update you because I'm trying to think if I might have shared it in another video. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna pull all of them out that I have. And what I would love to hear from you in the comments below is I would like to hear your favorites. Tell me what your favorite eyeliner is in the comments below. So what I look for in an eyeliner, because there's one in here that I really don't like. Okay, there's actually a couple new ones in here. Couple of new ones that I forgot about that I'm going to mention, and I'm probably going to have to get my glasses on so I can read these. I'm trying to grab all of these, okay? So I want this to be as informative as possible for you guys if you're looking to get an eyeliner. Eyeliners are really, really tricky. Now, I like to use an eyeliner in my waterline or my tight line. Sometimes in my waterline, but in my tight line, I do like to use an eyeliner because I feel like it makes my lashes look thicker, and I like that. But there's some that work really well and some that just transfer like crazy. I'm going to show you probably one of the worst ones, and I hate to say this, but I have to, okay? And I did share it in another video, but you may have missed it. This is one from Colleen Rothschild. It's probably the worst one I've ever used. I know. I'm sorry, Colleen. In your tight line, this is going to transfer like freaking crazy, and it will not stop. It will just keep on transferring. If you don't want to use it in your tight line and you just want to do like a little wing, it works really, really nicely. I like it for that. But I like to have a liner that I can at least use for both my tight line and my wing liner, so I would not repurchase this. It's just not a good one. It's too bad. The packaging is wonderful on it. It's got, you know, it's a pretty creamy pencil, okay? Maybe that's why. Sometimes the creamier ones aren't always as good, although I do have one in here that is really good and is creamy. I think I'll save that one for last. And then you've got this little end here so you can kind of smoke it out. I was really excited to try this, but if you are somebody that likes to wear a liner in your tight line and you don't want transfer, I do not recommend this one at all. Sadly, no. The Gucci, I got these a couple years ago. I hate the packaging on it now. Look at how crappy they look. They look dingy and gross. It's like they changed color. I don't know if you can see that. But these do have the sharpener at the bottom, which I appreciate. And you also have this at the top. And these work really well for me. These ones hold up really well for me. These I get transfer sometimes and then sometimes not kind of thing. There are a couple in here that are like that, where sometimes I get some transfer and sometimes I don't. That's what these are like. I don't think I would repurchase these though, because I feel like for the price, there's other ones I like better. So I wouldn't repurchase these, but they're nice. The Urban Decay, I used to love this one. I used to love this one, but this is one that can skip on me and get kind of messy. So if I go above my lash line with it, it's so creamy that it can get messy really quickly. So that's what I don't like about it. It's kind of like a fine line. Like, I need something to be creamy, but if it's too creamy, then they break really easily. You know, they make a mess really easily. So that's what I don't like about the Urban Decay. I know there's a lot of people like this one. I get it. But if you like to get it all in your hole, like your tight line, your waterline, then this is great. But I don't always like to do that, okay? This one used to be one of my favorites for a drugstore. I don't do drugstore makeup, so don't ask me to share it. I just did this because a makeup artist said it was the best one she ever used. So I was like, really? And she's somebody that uses a lot more high-end makeup, but then she liked this. So I was like, okay, I'll check it out. And it is nice, but sometimes I get transferred. Sometimes it's not 100% is what I'm saying. It's not 100%, but it is a nice one, and it's from Pixi. So If you're looking for a drugstore option, this is a nice one. And I did repurchase at one point and then I didn't anymore. These are from Charlotte Tilbury, and I have two of them because I love it. And this is where it has the black matte pencil on one side, and then you have this little shimmer, which I love because you can do this. I'll show you. You can put it in your waterline, or you can just put a little, I'll do it on both sides. You can just put a little bit right there, like your inner corner right there. And see how it just gives you a little bit of, just kind of, you know, hopefully I didn't make a mess of myself there. No, looks good. But it just kind of brightens up your eyes a little bit. So I really, really like this. Or I can put it in my waterline. So I really like that. And the black liner works really well. I'm going to talk about this one too because this is from Charlotte Tilbury. This is her Barbarella Brown. If you've been following me, then you know. Oh my God, I can't even open. This is a new one. Can I not? For the love? Hold on a second. Whew, I couldn't open it. Barbarella Brown is one of my favorites. It's the perfect brown for me. I love that. And I like this one, Pillow Talk. At first I didn't like it. Do not use this in your tight line. Don't. Or your waterline. You'll look sick. But it's really, really nice to use as a wing, you know, or right above my lash line. I like to use this with certain colors. It just looks really pretty. So I like that. So her liners are my favorite. I like her liners. I do get some transfer sometimes, but not always. They're easy to work with. I don't feel like they're too creamy, like they're the perfect consistency for me. I don't like MAC. MAC is the other one that's like on my lower list, okay? This is the opposite of what the Colleen one is, though. It's a little too, like, I feel like when I put it on my tight line, I feel like I have to keep on going like this. Like the color doesn't build up enough. I just don't like it. I don't like it at all. This one is from Gwen Stefani. This is her brand. What does it say? Gwen or whatever. Is that spell out Gwen? I think, or GXW. Okay. This is kind of like Urban Decay, where it's very, very messy. It's very messy, very creamy. I haven't used this that much, but I've had to sharpen it quite a bit. Because that's the thing about the messy ones. I feel like the messy ones you go through a lot quicker too. Somebody said this does not transfer. It does on me badly. So I would never repurchase this again. I will use it up. It's a nice black. I love how black it is. It's just too messy for me. I don't like it. I love Chanel liners. Now, are they not transfer? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Sometimes it's a no for me, okay? They have so many pretty colors. I have this really pretty green one. Intense teal. I love this. It's fun to have some of these colors because I do different eye looks. Sometimes I want to just do something a little different above my lash line, you know. This one's more of a purpley, plummy color. This is in the color, I always say this wrong, is a Cassis. See it? Okay. You can kind of see what it looks like on the, it's kind of like a purpley color. And I think this one is just black. This is just black. And again, this is one of those two where you have the sharpener on the one end, and then this just pulls up like this, like that. I really like these. I've repurchased these over and over again. They're waterproof, but if you're putting in the waterline, sometimes I get transfer, sometimes I don't. I feel like out of all of my liners, I pretty much have the best luck with Charlotte Tilbury, okay? One more from Chanel, and then I have a new one I want to talk about that I think I mentioned in another video, but we're going to update you on it. So this is a new one from Chanel, and this one is in the color, this is really pretty. I'm actually going to swatch this one. This is in the color Or Antique. That's what it's called, Or Antique, O-R Antique. So it looks like, hopefully you're going to see this on camera. That's really light. You see that? So it's like a gold color. It has teeny tiny flecks of sparkle in it. This is so pretty. This is a nice one if I wanted to add a little bit, like if I want to put this even on top of a black, it'll just kind of give it a little bit more of a shimmer. If you want to do a really, really light look and you wanted to use something like this in your lower lash line or on top just for some fun, just a little bit of sparkle, it's really pretty. It's very subtle, but it's like a fun color. I really like it. At first I was like, oh, it's not enough color, but then I'm like, I played around with it some more and it is nice. It's like a nice little, like, it's just a nice, hold on again. This is just a nice like accent liner. I really like it. I really like it, okay? But I would not put that in my waterline because it has that sparkle in it. So don't do it. Don't put it in your waterline, okay? I'm surprised that they didn't put a warning on that because I would not put that in my waterline with the little sparkles, okay? Now this one, I'm torn. I'm torn on this one. This one is from Sisley. And this is, there's a couple different ones. This one is the Sisley Photo Kohl Star Waterproof. And it's messy. I think I'm going to return this one. And here's why. I do, when I wear this, sometimes it doesn't transfer at all, okay? I have it on my eyes today. It's not too bad, but I can say, I don't know if it's the eyeshadow or not. This doesn't transfer badly, okay? This one doesn't transfer badly, but it's so creamy. I went to go do a wing liner today and it broke. And I didn't have it up that high. So I feel like I'm probably not going to have this very long and it's really expensive. So I'm thinking about either returning it or just really barely using it. If you get this, you don't want to use it all the time or you're going to go through this like really quickly. It is nice, but it's, again, it's one of those that's really creamy. So it's going to be messy. You just have to know that. So if you're sharpening it quite a bit, if you want to do a wing liner with it, you're going to go through this really, really quickly. I know a lot of makeup artists like this. This is what I'm going to say about it. It's nice, but I don't think it's worth the money. I think if you use this all the time, you're going to go through it. I just don't think it's worth it. Okay? I just don't think it's worth it. It's nice, but it's not worth it. It really, really isn't worth it. So that is where I'm going to end it. Out of all of them, I still like my Charlotte Tilbury the best. Chanel would be number 2. And by the way, I wanted to try this also because one of my subscribers said this is better than Chanel. It definitely is better at not transferring as much as like the Chanel. But I think I'm going to go through it too quickly because it's too cream. That's all I'm going to say. So anyways, thank you so much for joining me. If you have any favorite eyeliners yourself, please share it in the comments below. Would love to hear from you as well. And if you're new here, I share new videos every single week. Just click that subscribe button below. And I also share pretty much every day because I'm sharing shorts as well. So I hope that you guys are checking those out too. And I will catch you guys all in my next video. Bye.